Hello everyone, welcome back to Global Admissions, and today we're going to be going over recommendation letters. So you can check out from the previous videos that we did about personal statements, what is a personal statement, how to make a personal statement. So you can check that video out over here in the links above or in the cards above. And today we're going to be going over another required document for most people that are applying to different universities, and that is recommendation letters. So a recommendation letter is a letter of recommendation from a former employer or from someone that taught you before. So maybe a professor or a teacher. It's most commonly from a professor or teacher or your headmaster from a previous school, or if it's with work-related things, from an employer. So who should it be from? It should be from those people. And if you're applying to universities, then we recommend that it's best for you to have academic recommendation letters. So letters that come from your previous teachers or professors, that would be the best. If you worked afterwards and you can only get one academic reference letter or recommendation letter, then you can do that, and you can have one work-related recommendation letter from your former boss or someone that was above you at work. So you can do that, but we recommend to stick to academic ones since you are applying for an academic position. Now, when do you need recommendation letters? This is usually when you're applying to universities, not necessarily if you're applying to non-degree programs. It's usually not asked for, but it is extremely common for universities to require recommendation letters when you are applying to a bachelor's, master's, or PhD program. I know a lot of people might get very frustrated when facing all these requirements, especially for recommendation letters. However, it is a very common part of applying to a university and applying for jobs, so it is something that you should get used to, and it is not that difficult to obtain. Now, a lot of people ask, how do I get recommendation letters? And can you get me a recommendation letter? However, we cannot do that. So how you get a recommendation letter is if you have graduated from high school, or from your previous university, the academic institution. If you've already graduated, then you can email them or call them and ask them for recommendation letters. If you know any of the teachers in person or live close by, you can go to the school. I always recommend asking that your previous English teacher writing a recommendation letter. They're very good at writing recommendation letters, and never be ashamed when asking for recommendation letters. Almost all students need to ask for this at some point, so it is fairly easy and quick for these schools to provide you with these recommendation letters. So don't be too scared to ask about it. Even if you have graduated for a couple of years now, then you can still, even if you're not living in the same country, you can still contact the school and ask them for this. Now, when should you get these recommendation letters or start preparing for them? Now, we recommend that you start doing this as soon as possible. What I did was when I graduated from high school, I immediately asked for recommendation letters, and some schools might recommend that you do this since it might be difficult for them to provide it for you later on. So if you are able to, we recommend that you get them as soon as possible. When you're starting your application process, you should do this several months in advance. Just in case it does take a while to get your recommendation letter, do not leave it until the last minute because it might take more than a month to get them. Now, how many recommendation letters do you need? You usually need 2 recommendation letters from 2 separate teachers. And they should also have different wording, so it shouldn't just be a copy and paste of each other. Now, what should these recommendation letters include? Obviously, it should include your teacher's name, what their position was at the academic institution that you were at, the name of the academic institution. They should give a brief introduction about you, and if they can add anything about how you were as a student, any characteristics, if you are hardworking, that's very good. And then also their contact information, so their work number or their cell phone number, and then their email address, as well as a signature, like a digital signature if that's possible, or a school stamp. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any further questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.